Good morning, guys. It is the time to travel. We are going today to Mexico. Come here, honey. Come on, say hi. He says hi from the other side of the camera, but we're all packed and we're just super excited to head there. And I'm gonna be just showing you guys how it's like eating plant-based in Mexico. It's gonna be super easy, I think, but hoping for the best. Here's our luggage. This little pink one is mine. And I also added my Worthy sticker. It's from Never Thirst. It's a ministry that my husband and I support. Say hi. Hi. We're halfway. We're in TJ. You guys saw my mother-in-law. We are here. We made it to the Tijuana airport. Say hi.
No, I don't know. Don't put that. Don't put that.
I am.
No, don't
Part
put
of it. Part of the experience.
Hi.
What are you most excited about?
The coffee and cafe.
Oh, the morning cup of joe. Café de olla.
Cafe de olla.
And we made it to our final seating area and we were just waiting for takeoff and it looked beautiful. Honestly, this is the best part about being on a plane for me, is just getting to see just from up above and see how small and tiny we all are, but also how great of a God, of a creator we have, to know that he created such beauty. So I thoroughly enjoy flights, except for the part where your ears get kind of, clogged. That's the worst part, but other than that, I love it. Good morning. Buenos dias. It is now Sunday morning and we're going to go ahead and go grab some breakfast. There's this small little corner area called Las Tias, and so I am going to get some chilaquiles with red salsa, some beans, and then I also got some café de olla. Hey guys, so I wanted to give you a little update. So I went out to breakfast with the fam and I had some delicious café de olla. I also had some chilaquiles, which was just the chips and then the salsa, which was really good, and some beans, and it was delicious. Just topped it off with some salsa and it was super, super good. Oh, I forgot to show you guys, but I also had a potato taco with a handmade tortilla, and it was delicious. Some of the foods that I am going to be having while on this trip, of course, is not going to be oil free, so not 100% I guess whole food plant-based, but they are all plant-based. So yeah, I'm just super excited to try just different kinds of meals that I wouldn't have tried otherwise had I still been, eating a just normal diet. So I'm very, very excited to share with you guys what I am going to be eating during this entire trip. I'm excited to show you guys the views of everything that we do, everywhere that we go, and show you everything that we do. So I'm very excited and I look forward to sharing that with you guys. Mexico is just so beautiful. I love the colors and everything. So we stopped at Walmart after this and I was just amazed, mind blown at the aisles and aisles of just oil, which I'm not surprised, but it was really sad. I picked up a couple of things there just so that me and my mother-in-law can have a couple of things to eat, and so I picked up some almond milk and some other type of non-dairy milk, as well as some soy sauce, some type of butter. I tried to find almond butter, but I couldn't find it, so this was the next best thing, because peanut butter is all right, but it ain't my favorite. I did find it helpful though, because I think just about every single thing here in Mexico has a label that tells you if it's high in calories and all that stuff, if it's high in saturated fat, and I just think it's so incredible that they do that. So I picked up some pita pockets, some non-dairy yogurt to try, as well as some hummus, and then I ended up making myself a sandwich, and that was my dinner actually for the day, and it was pretty good. I had that and then the non-dairy yogurt, and it wasn't the greatest, it wasn't my favorite, but it was all right. Now on to day number 2, and it's Monday. I picked up some chilaquiles with this time green salsa, picked up a taco with just potatoes and beans and my café de olla, and I loved it. Afterwards, I headed off to this Novo Piel kind of facial place, so I went there. I stopped in to get some facial extractions and it was painful, guys. Where are we at? Afterwards, we headed on to visit the place I was most excited to visit, which was Plantívora. And it is basically a plant-based restaurant, and it was beautiful. One of the most beautiful tiny shops here in Mexico that I have seen so far, and I loved it. So I picked up some salads for my mother-in-law for lunch. I totally forgot to film these, but I did film this tofu wrap that I ended up getting. It's tofu, avocado, some spinach, some corn, and it was so good. Now on to day number 3. It is beautiful here in the morning, and I've been just loving it. The cloudiness, just the clean air. It is just so pretty, and you could even see like the city from far away. I just love it. And after this, we actually headed to get some breakfast before heading to the market, and so I'm just gonna go ahead and insert some video here. And yeah, we just headed off to the market. We wanted to pick up some fresh fruits, some veggies, to make some soups for my husband's grandma. And so yeah, and it was beautiful. Seriously, this is so different from what I'm going to show you later, or what I'm going to tell you about when I go to the fair. But yeah, it was just amazing to see so many fresh veggies and produce and fruits and legumes and all the things. But yeah, it is so doable to eat a plant-based diet here. So when we went to the market, we actually stopped by and grabbed some fruit, and a lot of fruit that I've never tried before. So this is really exciting. I'm going to be filming myself trying a lot of these because I'm not very adventurous with the foods that I eat. So we picked up some papaya. That's what this is, I think. Some guayaba? Question mark? I think that's what, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what these are. And I'm not a huge fan of them, but I'm gonna go ahead and try them again because we're in Mexico and why not. Picked up some just mango from here because I've heard that the fruit tastes better here than it does in the States. Picked up this, picked up 2 of these. I don't know what these are. Picked up these little tiny weird looking kind of fruit. So I'm gonna try these. Got 3 of these to try. Saw this cool looking thing. So we got this one. Picked up, I think this is a dragon fruit. I think so, I'm not sure. We also found some of these. I don't know what they are. But they were selling them in the little stand, so we picked 4 of these up to try. They kind of look like potatoes. So in the afternoon, evening time, we headed off with the family to just go a walk to El Centro and just get to see around. And at night, our cousin, my husband's cousin, invited us to the fair. And it's huge, it's ginormous. And so, yeah, so we just headed off and it was really, really fun. A very, very time well spent. I had a little mini anxiety episode too. I just started crying because we were about to get into a roller coaster, and then I just started crying and I was like, I need to get off, I just can't. But it was still fun. We got to go on a Ferris wheel and enjoy the scenery, and I loved it. And then it started to rain and then we had to leave, but it was still fun nonetheless to just spend time with family. Hey guys, it is now Wednesday. Yes, Wednesday, and I've been here for maybe about 4 full days. And one of the things that I found, also notice the haircut. My hair had been so dry that I just decided to cut it and chop it all off. But I just wanted to give just kind of my thoughts since being here. It's crazy. One of the things that I've noticed is that it is fairly simple and easy and inexpensive to be plant-based, to be whole food plant-based. But if you are looking to be a vegan here, like just vegan you know, plant-based, so still consuming oils and all that stuff, it is fairly difficult. Like pretty difficult, or even including your like non-dairy milk, that's kind of pricey as well. So I could see how if that's something that you like, but at the same time, you know, you're putting you know, you're not spending as much money on buying the meat, the beef, the chicken, and all that stuff. So of course, you know, you can go ahead and just switch that out, and instead of buying those things, that you can go ahead and buy the milk. So you could totally work with it. The thing that I have found it most difficult, which is why I have not filmed my food as much, is because I've been eating just about the same exact thing. In the mornings, I have my chilaquiles, which are really good, which are basically just tortilla chips with a salsa, and then I have some handmade tortillas with some potatoes and some beans. So that's basically every single morning. For lunch, usually, because we have more like a brunch, we don't usually eat lunch. And for dinner, sometimes I know that like the first day I was making, like I made a sandwich, like a hummus sandwich. We went to Walmart, bought a ton of like stuff to just stock up in the fridge to be able to eat here. We went to Plantivora, which is the plant-based cafe, which again, for the average person that works here, at least in the city where I am, people just, you know, aren't paid enough here. Like it's sad, but it's true. And so yeah, for someone seeking to just eat out, it's fairly, I think, expensive to get more vegan plant-based options. So that I found very difficult. So yeah, just went there I think twice, yesterday to go pick up some muffins, which I'm going to be showing you guys. And yeah, picked up a salad, like a falafel salad, which was really good. But then yesterday we headed off to the fair, and if you want to eat out being plant-based, it is actually very hard. Everywhere you go, there's like meat stands. Like yesterday at the fair, every single vendor, I'm not even joking, every single vendor, with the exception of the places that offer fruit, but of course they offer the, you know, condensed milk drizzled on top, like just almost every stand, maybe like 80 to 90% of every stand was like some sort of meat dish, like fried, you know, like all of that. And I was just so saddened because I look around and, you know, I'm like, man, like these people, you know, Hispanic people have the tendency to just be super kind and super just embracing and, you know, loving people. And to know that, you know, here they are, you know, and unknowingly, you know, because these foods are a lot cheaper than, you know, it's fairly cheap to eat just the meat and stuff here. And so it just broke my heart because, you know, we know that all of that processed meat will just lead to, you know, so many risk factors. So that just made me a little sad. So I just got back from having my breakfast and got some café de olla, which is so freaking good. It is delicious. It is sweet. I believe it's just coffee with some kind of sugar. It's called piloncillo, and then some, I think, cloves and cinnamon, and it's delicious. It's super good. It is sweet and sweetened, I think, with a lot of that, but it's super good. So I'm enjoying this every single morning. And yesterday when I went to Plantivora, yes, I picked up some muffins, and they are so good. They are like I think ginger, cinnamon, almond muffins, and they are so good. I think they're made with oat flour because it kind of has a bit of that oat taste. Also, if you guys hear the water, like a water dripping, my mother-in-law has like this a little tiny cascade thing. Like what I was saying before, is that it's not difficult to eat plant-based when in Mexico, or be that any probably other country. It really isn't. It's honestly, if you want to include obviously the processed foods into your diet, into your lifestyle, then of course it is going to get a little bit pricier. but for the most part, it's very, I think, inexpensive. You know, you get like a pound or a kilo of lentils and beans in comparison to like, you know, like meat and all that stuff. So it actually does end up being quite affordable. But I think it's just also a matter of like, you know, I guess it's just so, food is also just such a part of the culture that it's just so integrated that even to change, I think would be a little, it's a big step, you know, to say that you don't eat any of like the chicken soup or, you know, all the natural foods that you would usually eat, or the accustomed foods that you would usually eat on a, you know, a traditional Hispanic Mexican diet. So eating out yesterday did not go as planned. I picked up a little cup of mango, and you know, while we were at the fair, and it did not taste like it just did not taste right. So I actually didn't end up eating it. Then we went to this little stand, and I ordered just a bowl of beans and some tortillas on the side, and I was like, okay, that's gonna be perfect. Well, they bring out the food, and it turns out it was like a bowl of beans with like, you know, ham and a ton of other meat inside, and I was like so disappointed because I was like, dang, I guess I'm not eating. So I ate like a tortilla with some salt and salsa, because I mean, I grew up eating that too, so I just had that. But yeah, I was a bit disappointed because I was just like, wow, like even the meat and all that, you know, stuff being added to literally everything. And so that's how last night went. Then I ended up finding another little stand that had some nuts and some seeds. So I got some cashews and some chickpeas. And so that's what I had yesterday. So I didn't have a lot of stuff at all, like yesterday in the evening. But when we were at the mall, we went to, it's called Plaza Mayor. We didn't really have like obviously a vegan, you know, specialty, I guess, restaurant or any of that. So we stopped by this like sushi place, and this sushi place, the worker was just super kind and kind of worked with us. And he came up with this like bowl with just like noodles, vegetables, and some rice with some soy sauce and teriyaki sauce. And we thought that that was just super good. So that's what I had for dinner. So thankfully, because I ate that, then I wasn't like super hungry later at night when I couldn't find anything, which is crazy because when I'm in the States, I usually, no matter what restaurant I go to or where I'm at, I could always find something that's like, if not plant-based, whole food plant-based, because I'm like, okay, I could pick up a banana, I could pick up some fruit, and those things are usually always available, or some steamed broccoli. But guys, I am telling you, I could not find anything, like anything at all, at the fair yesterday, which was just such a disappointment, because I'm like, wow, like it just made my heart sad, and it really saddened me, because I was like, wow, like these people, as loving as they are, like their way of eating, like, is just so detrimental to their health, you know. And yeah, like to not even have a side of vegetables available, like not even close to on the menu, at any of these like hundreds of places that we passed by while we were at the fair. So that kind of was you know, pretty sad. But thank you guys so much for watching. We haven't really done anything. We haven't really you know, gone out into different cities. We're actually leaving tomorrow, which is Thursday for me, and we're gonna be heading out and going to people over the speaker. You'll always hear noises here out in the streets. But yeah, tomorrow we're heading to, I think, Nayarit, and just gonna be staying there for a couple of days. And so yeah, I mean, that's gonna be more exciting than these past just slow couple of days for us. But yeah, just wanted to show you guys, I guess, what I've been up to. Again, not many meals. The morning meal are brunch and lunch, pretty much. It's like the same thing every single day, so that hasn't really changed. But as for dinner, yeah, like I said, I make my sandwiches. I think it's so much more doable when I'm eating at home. And today, actually, I picked up some extra potato tacos with some beans to be able to just heat up later, just in case I don't find anything. Because yes, I could cook at home, but we're about to leave, and so we don't want to, like, have things prepped and ready and then not be able to finish it and just waste it. So we'd rather just, because later on next week we're actually going to be back in town, and so for that we do want to have stuff available to us, so we'll be able to cook and do all that stuff there. But thank you guys. I know this is kind of a little bit different just because, I'm not in my kitchen, I'm not at home, I'm not cooking and showing you guys what I'm making. This is more of like what I'm able to find. And out and about in the streets, it is very hard to find things. But thankfully, you just gotta work with it. We gotta deal with what we got. And even if that means sometimes you're gonna be eating just muffins to get by. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and hopefully next video is going to be a little bit funner and more exciting.